Hello and welcome to CBS Sportsline. I'm Cali Carlin, here with the one and only Ozzie Smith. So this Sunday you'll be heading over to Cooperstown, where Tony Gwynn and Cal Ripken Jr. will join you in the Hall of Fame. Can you tell me about any favorite memory playing against Gwynn in the National League or your all-star counterpart, Cal Ripken?
Well, you know, with everything that's going on in sports today, you know, a lot of negative things going on.
Absolutely.
These two guys are what the game is all about. You know, I think the fact that they've played their whole careers in one organization speaks volumes of the respect and the integrity that they brought to the game. You know, they're two guys that understand the importance of giving back. They give back to their community. They continue to give even as we speak, and it's neat to have two guys like this. They really represented the game well, and it should be a fun weekend.
Now, the big story in baseball right now is Barry Bonds on the brink of breaking Hank Aaron's record. What are your thoughts on this? Should Major League Baseball be celebrating this?
Well, you know, here again, I think a lot of the controversy has come from the fact that the commissioner didn't know whether or not he was going to be a part of it. And as a commissioner, I think he's in a very tough spot. There's no way with this record being such a record that has stood for 86 years that I think he can be away from it. Now, he may get lucky and not be there because of the ceremony, but you know, I think the fact that now he's talking about being there is the right thing to do. He almost has to as a commissioner. So, yeah, I've listened to Hank Aaron talk about the breaking of this record, and he seems to be okay with it. You know, so I'm okay with it. You know, it's a tough time for a baseball purist as myself because this whole era has been tainted because we don't know what's real and what's not, you know. So from a baseball perspective, I'll be glad when it's all over with, you know, when the record is broken and we can get back to focusing, put the focus back on the field where it belongs.
Now, you mentioned earlier there's obviously been a lot of negativity kind of circling around sports this week, but you're involved in something very positive. You're the honorary chairman for the Aflac All-American High School Baseball Classic.
That's right.
Tell me about why you're participating in this.
Well, you know, I was very honored to be named as the honorary chairperson following Cal, Reggie Jackson, and Stan Musial. The Aflac All-American Classic will be played August 11th in San Diego at Tony Gwynn Stadium. It affords the young people, 38 of them anyway, the opportunity to be on a national stage. I wish there was something around like this when I was in high school, and maybe I would have gotten drafted out of high school. But it gives these young people an opportunity to showcase their skills and talent on a national level, and it should be a lot of fun for them. And Aflac, in their continuing effort to help fight the childhood cancer, the proceeds are going to pediatric cancer care. So it's a great time. It should be a lot of fun for these young people because it's affording them the opportunity to be on a stage where most of them will probably get an opportunity to live their dream, and that dream being a chance to play professional baseball and hopefully having the opportunity one day to put on a big league uniform.
Right. You know, what can this national attention do for these young athletes?
Well, it just gives them the stage that they need to get. I think most of them, as I mentioned, will probably get drafted at some point in time. You know, I think over the last couple of years, you've had 32 or 33 of the guys that played in the Aflac All-American game get drafted, you know. So it almost guarantees them the opportunity to do that. So now that they can just go out and have fun and enjoy themselves. And if there's a message that I can leave with those young people is that, you know, you're only going to get out of what you put in. If you don't put anything in, you shouldn't expect anything in return. And that's not only in sports, but that's in life. There has to be some blood, some sweat, and some tears. And I think these young people understand that, and hopefully they're learning from the lessons, the things that are going on right now as far as the integrity of the game. You got to know that is the most important thing, maintaining the integrity of the game.
Definitely. Well, it's great to see some young baseball players get some attention since, you know, there has been more attention for All-American football players and All-American basketball players, so it's great to see the baseball players get their attention too. But I can't let you leave until we do a little Cardinal talk really quick, and then you can go. So Cardinals, coming off the heels of their first World Series titles since your team, they're kind of off to a slow start. You know, they're 9 games back, 7.5 games back in the wild card race. do they still have time, and are they playing well enough to make it?
They haven't played well enough to this point, and it does look bleak now, but fortunate for them, I think they play in a division that if you can put together a 2-week or 1 week or 2 week span, you can find yourself right back in the race. I always use 10 games as the parameter as to whether or not you're going to have a chance, and being 9 games back, you'd much rather be a lot closer, but unfortunately they're not. But if they can get it together as they did late last year, they didn't play very well for the majority of the season last year, and they put it together at the right time, was able to win the World Series. So if they can put a week or 2 weeks together, they can get right back in the race.
You still have some hope for them.
Well, it's never over till it's over.
That's very true. Well, thank you very much.
Callie,
this interview is over now, but I really appreciate your time and you coming by.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to all of you for joining us here on CBS Sports Line.